It's Gel Beauty 87 here, and today we're going to get into a battle of the... So as soon as I saw this Forever Flawless Flamboyance palette from Makeup Revolution, it reminded me of immediately. When I saw it, I thought of the Strawberry Dreams palette by, what's his name? Manny MUA and Lunar Beauty. So I was like, we're going to compare them and see how this goes. So this is what this one looks like. And then I've done a couple of looks with Strawberry Dreams, if I remember correctly. And this is what it looks like. So there are certain similarities in my personal opinion, but we're going to put them on the eyes and see how similar they are that way. So I want to stick to a more pinkish reddish look because I feel like those are the tones that'll work best in here. So I'm going to use probably the pink and not to be bogus, the blue, even though their blue is matte and this blue is shimmery. So I'm thinking maybe I should use a different shade instead because they're not like exact the same, but it's like we could still use like the pinks and the gold. So I think that's what we're going to do, like use this gold and use a couple of these pinks, and then that should work for us. And maybe use this brown on the outer V. So I'll probably use the brown on the outer V, use like the pink in the crease, and then we use like the gold on the lid. And that's how we'll determine if we can get a similar look out of this palette versus the other one. Because this one was on sale on Sephora for a while, and then I noticed it magically disappeared. So I don't know if that means it's not going to, if he's not sold at Sephora anymore or not. Because then I saw that the blush palette was there. So I was a little bit confused on that, but I don't know. Oh, by the way, I found a new color of the Maybelline Lifter Gloss. This color is number 13 Ruby. Apparently they have some, I think like 5 shades that are exclusive to CVS. And since y'all know I frequent CVS and I had 40% off on Maybelline, y'all know I had to grab this real quick. This was the only one they had left though out of the 5 new ones. So it was just this shade. So I just grabbed this one. I would have grabbed all of them and we could have did a nice little swatching situation of them. But like, they only had this one, so I was like, I'm going to put it on today to go with the eye look that we're going to do, just to be able to try it out and see how this color looks on me. So y'all can see how this color looks on some of my skin tone. So it's not really giving that much color like I was expecting. I usually put these over lipsticks, so maybe if I put it over red lipstick, it would look better, but it's looking pretty plain right now. So let me build it up and see if we can get a little bit more color out of it. Because for it to be called Ruby, you rarely see like any color. But I feel like they were trying to dupe the Fenty glosses and just add hyaluronic acid to them. And that's why, you know, there's not that much color in it on purpose, but I feel like over a traditional red lipstick, this would look nice. So I might put this over the Caliente collection from Artist Couture tomorrow, because I plan on wearing that red lipstick, so I might do that. Or maybe I should just put a lip liner over it and then put this on. But this is what it looks like naturally. Next time I'll probably put it over a lipstick so we can see how that works. But anyway, I have concealer on my lids because I had did a whole nother eye look with like a wing and everything. I literally shot a video right now before we started this one. And as usual, I don't have any brushes prepared. You're gonna have to hold it, please. But yeah, so tomorrow's the big day, guys. Mr. Adriangameover turns 11. And I'm like over here like, where's time going? I'm kind of freaking out. Okay, we're going to do that. We're going to use these two, though. We'll use those for lower lash line and inner corner. Because I'm trying to save on brushes. Because it's like, I think 8:30, 9 o'clock at night. And ain't nobody got time for all that. So I need a couple of these. Where's another one? I know I have another one. Or maybe I don't. I just thought I did. Wait, no, here it is. I knew I had a couple of them. Didn't I just pull out a third one of that too? No, I don't need that one then. Where's the other? I've been trying to use the, what is this brand called? The Alter Ego brushes. So I'm pulling some of those out right now. And then I need to pull one out to dust over each eye. So I think we got enough brushes out now. I got one for lower lash line. I got one for, I got 2 for lower lash line and inner corner. I got 2 for the outer V to put those brown shades on, and I got 2 for like the lid shades. I need to grab, I just thought about it though, I need to grab extra ones like these to put that pink shade in the crease, so we can grab these 2. And now we got enough brushes out. I'm trying to decide if I should put eyeshadow primer on because I already have concealer on my lid, but I guess I'll just go ahead and put some on. I got the ABH one sitting out, so I don't think I really need that one though, because I just using the pink in the crease. I'm not using the pink on the lid. If I was gonna put the pink all over the lid, then I feel like I would need to do that. But I think we're actually gonna take an oldie but a goodie, which is primer potion from Urban Decay. I have my original one, so I'm gonna take that and put that on both sides of the lids, and then we can get started. And I feel like I've had this thing like forever, since I started doing makeup, and it still hasn't like run out. I think it's because I reach for other ones when I do colorful looks, but we're gonna go ahead and use this tonight, because I don't usually just use concealer on my lid. I know Jackie Aina does, but that's just not a thing we do around here in these parts. So I'm gonna do what I normally do, which is put some eyeshadow primer on. So there you go. Put this back for another day. I'm probably have to pull the ABS run out again though, because I plan on doing some colorful looks later on this week. I still got like, it's only Monday. I still got Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Not to mention the normal weekend to do eye looks. I know I'm not gonna want to go back to work at all. Like, can I just use all my COVID sick time and just like make videos and not go back? Cause I'm telling y'all, I don't want to go back at all. I'm already dreading thinking about going back. Even though at least the week I go back, I'll be getting paid again, so it shouldn't be too bad. But we're gonna start off with the brown shades. So this one isn't exactly brown. It's called Storm Cloud, and I've never used this shade. So as you can see, it's more of like a purpley dark shade, but this shade is legitimately a brown shade, but we're gonna use that one too. So we're gonna use Ultra and Storm Cloud. So I'm gonna start off with the Makeup Revolution side, which is this side, and then we'll go into the Storm Cloud in a second. These are the Makeup Revolution palettes I recommend. Like, if I had to recommend any Makeup Revolution palettes, I would recommend these. Now, it's a little harder to do my eyeshadow than usual, because I actually have on like mascara. I had on eyeliner too earlier, but I, you know, calm that down. So I'm trying not to move this brown up too high, because remember, we put in the pink in the crease. So I'm trying to concentrate it mainly like literally on the outer V, and that's it, like nowhere else. But as you can see, it's blending out quite nicely. I did bring it a little too high, but we'll just put the pink over it and, you know, hope for the best. And then when we put the shimmer on, you won't be able to see too much of it anyway, so it'll be fine. But yeah, it's blending out very nicely. I'm not having any trouble. So, like, I know a lot of people say this, and I agree with them. Like, Makeup Revolution palettes, I feel like are really hit and miss. I hate to say, because I like the brand, but it's like, when you gotta be honest, and they be hit and miss sometimes. So I'll be like, ooh, okay, hold on. So we're gonna take the Storm Cloud palette now and tap into that. And see, I feel like it gives me a more purple-esque vibe. It doesn't really give me this chocolate brown like the other eye is, so. But on first glance, when I looked at it on Makeup World News, I was like, this palette looks just like, you know, well, for the most part, it looked like it did, because, you know, it has a similar color story. And then remember, they had that whole debacle with him saying that they stole his component for their highlighters that they had in their, was it glass collection? So I was just like, I feel like they're blending out smoother than his is. So see, I feel like the blend of that was way easier and way nicer than this one is. I feel like I have to kind of work for it, and this one costs more, so I'm just kind of like, I got that one for I think like $14, $13 or something like that, because, you know, you can use 3 off 50 code, and it was a $15 palette, so it's like more like $11.50, something like that. I'm sorry, $12.50 I wanted to say, or $12, something like that. Okay, so as you can see, the colors are not the same already. We clearly see that. Now I'm going to take this Times Los Angeles 206 brush, and both of those were e.l.f. detail crease brushes, and we're going to go in with the pink shade like we talked about. So I'm going to take the shade Coral right here in the palette, and then the one in Manny's palette is called Pink Flash. So we're going to start off with Coral, and then we'll go into Pink Flash. But so far, I am liking this Makeup Revolution palette a lot. But I feel like once I get into pinks, I always have like trouble, so I try to like pat them down first and then go in with blending motions after the fact. And the good thing is I'm only putting it in the crease. I'm not trying to put it all over the lid, because last time I tried to do that, as y'all saw in the Juvia's Place video, I felt like it looked a little patchy. So I try not to put pinks all over the lid. When I do, it's, you know. I try to make sure I use the right base and whatnot. There's a lot of kick up in the pan, which is why you just saw me like blowing it off, because y'all know me, I don't like kick up that much. But, you know, you get blended out really nicely. Like, I'm quite impressed. Okay, so I'm gonna just take this AOA Studios brush. It comes in the, I think, faux mink collection that they have on their website. And just blend this out right here very nicely. So, yeah, that works. Okay, now we're gonna take this other AOA Studio brush and take the pink flash shade and, you know, do this. I know this is an older palette, so I understand if y'all not like excited about this dupe, but I was excited to get both and compare them, because to me it was like, you know, if you can't get this palette for, I think I got mine for $29 when he had it like on clearance on Sephora, and I was like, you know, I want to find people an alternative to it, because some people just don't like Manny MUA, just like they don't like what's the boy's name, James Charles. So I was like, let me see if I can help somebody, you know, somewhat find a dupe to it. Now I feel like this pink is blending out better than the Makeup Revolution pink does, but I feel like the brown in this palette blended out better than this one. But that might be because it's like a dark eggplant purple shade as opposed to the actual, you know, like brown shade. And you know, browns are, I'm sure, easier to make than like eggplant purples, which is like the vibe this color gives me. So I'm not going to begrudge him that. And please keep in mind, my eyes are 2 different shapes, so sometimes that's why my eyeshadow looks different on my eyes, because my eyes are 2 different shapes. Just bear that in mind when you're watching. Okay, so next we're going to take the gold shade on each eye. So that'll be a glow in this palette, and then Horizon in Manny's palette. So as usual, I'm going to start off with the Makeup Revolution palette. So I'm going to take a glow and start putting that all over the lid. Ooh, yes. Okay, so I don't know if it's just this brush, but I feel like I'm having to dig into the shimmer a lot to get it placed on the lid the way I want it. And I'm not necessarily a fan of that. But I mean, the shimmer looks nice. It's just, I don't necessarily like the way it's applying. Looks nice on the lid though. Let's go ahead and take our AOA Studio brush and start blending all this stuff together. And then we're gonna figure out what we're gonna do for the bottom lash line. Cause I kind of want to just put the blues on the bottom lash line, and then just put the blue pencil on my waterline, and that'd be our look, but we'll see. Okay, so next we gonna take the color Horizon in Manny's palette and use that. I got a feeling it's gonna be easier to put on the lid than the Makeup Revolution one was. And I was right, the shimmer in here is much smoother and easier to work with than that one was. Not to mention, I feel like it's way more opaque. Like, look at that versus, like, Manny versus Makeup Revolution. But at the end of the day, it's like $15 and this palette's $48, so it better be doing all this when it comes to the shimmers. So far, the shimmer is the only thing that's lackluster in the Makeup Revolution palette for me. Because see how that's glowing compared to this. I'm going to try to build it up a little bit more. I might wet it and see if we can foil it and get it to where the Manny MUA palette is. But right now, Manny's palette is out here killing it in a very disrespectful way. But in all fairness, he did come up with the idea. So, you know, there's that. Let's take this e.l.f. spray. Close up this palette because I don't want to get the shades in that one wet. But, okay, let's see. Okay, so wetting it is getting to the opacity of Manny's palette. It's still not as nice as Manny's palette, but you know, it's giving us more than it was before. As far as like, maybe if I put some on my finger, it'll give a little extra oomph. Let's try that. Okay, so if you wet it with a brush and then use it with your finger, it'll give almost the exact same opacity as Manny's palette, as you can see now with me doing that. So let me just take my clean blending brush again and try to these harsh edges, because in the inner corner when I use the brush, it's looking a little rough there. So we need to fix that. I feel like this looks really similar to a look I just did recently, but I used orange instead of using I used orange on the lid instead of gold. So I'm hoping y'all let me slide with that. And I'm figuring y'all gonna see this video before you see that video anyways. I don't know though, we'll see. I just put a little bit more of the pink back in there because I feel like it was getting lost from when I had to use my finger to put the shimmer on the lid. So I want to fix that real quick. Okay, so now we're gonna go to the lower lash line. Like I said, I want to put the blues on the lower lash line. The only thing is, this is a shimmery blue, whereas Manny's palette is a matte blue. So here's this blue sky, and this is hue, but we're gonna put both those on the lower lash line. And then I'm gonna take this Fenty pencil in, what is this? Lady Lagoon, and put that in the waterline. Only sucks because I'm actually like halfway liking the way this look looks, but I can't take pictures because, you know, it's like 9:30, probably 10 o'clock at night, and who doing all that, sis? Not to mention, I'd have to take pictures in the hallway, and we're looking kind of an oily mess, and since I had to take the concealer from underneath my eyes, it ain't gonna look like popping like I want it to look, so then I'm gonna be feeling some type of way, so we just gonna leave it alone. But I'm gonna take the color Hue and start rubbing down the little lash line. Let's see how well this shows up. Y'all know I'm all about a blue lower lash line. Hell, I'm all about a blue in general, but I feel like we all know that. Let me just rub it on down here. Okay. And if I can get a cute look in the hallway in the house, then y'all will get a picture of this. Otherwise, you will not, because I had to wait super late, because I promised Adriangameover we could watch a movie with popcorn, because that's like his thing he likes to do. He likes to watch movies with popcorn. So mommy had to watch a movie with popcorn, and then he had to go to bed, and then that's why I could finally shoot this video for you all. So I had to negotiate so I could, you know, still get this done. So I rub it on this here. I'm feeling the look. I'm definitely feeling this look. I do like Manny's side better though. I would just say that now. I like his a little bit better. But you know, the Makeup Revolution side is fine for $10, $15. Especially if you don't like Manny, I would definitely tell you to like buy this one. Because I mean, as you can see, we're getting a similar color. And y'all know Makeup Revolution usually has a sale anyway. So like recently, before they had brought this to Ulta, they had a sale on all their palettes for like $9 and $10. So I think I got 2 or 3 palettes from them for like $9. I got Birds of Paradise, which is the really colorful one. Sorry, y'all. There's a random chunk of eyeliner on my eye right now. It's like on my eyeball. So okay, so I had that like chunk of eyeliner on my eyeball. That's what I was doing all that time I was talking. Sorry, but yeah, like I was saying, they have really good sales on them, so I would definitely tell you to check it out if you don't like Manny, or you just don't want to spend $48 on an eyeshadow palette when you can find a similar color story for less. Because you saw a few of the colors in here were exactly the same. Not every single color, but I feel like it's enough for the kind of looks that I do with Manny's palette to just have the Makeup Revolution one instead of they spent $48 on here. Now, I didn't spend $48 on Manny's palette, but you know, I caught it when it was leaving Sephora, so I didn't have to spend as much money. Now we're gonna take, what is it, Blue Sky, and rub this on the lower lash line real quick. We need to do it in a corner color as well, but I need to find one that's similar in both palettes. Lately, y'all, whenever I do like waterline work, like my eyes literally be watering. Like right now, my eyes are watering. Okay, so pigmentation in Manny's palette is better when it comes to this blue shade as well. Cause yeah, I saw I put that blue shimmer on, and then I dusted it just to, you know, smooth down even on the waterline, and it has, for the most part, disappeared. At least the opacity of it has disappeared. So let's take this U40. So I'm feeling like the opacity from the shimmer in there has lost its way. I don't know where it went, but it lost its way. So I'm gonna see if we can build it back up a little bit. That's the only thing with this one. I feel like when I blend it out or try to blend it, make it even with us, I have to go back in and build it back up again. And it's like, so I'm supposed to just build it up and not be able to blend it out, because you don't want uneven and unblended under eye looking crazy. But if I don't blend it out, but if I blend it out, then I feel like the opacity goes away, like I said. So I don't know. Maybe I should just lightly blend it out, like that's enough, and maybe that will suffice. I don't know. Anyway, inner corner colors. We need to pick one. So there are two shimmers in here that are similar, but this one is literally just more like a white. I think it has the pink shift in it, and Manny's has like it's more like a topper blue shift in there. Let me swatch both of them so you can see what I'm talking about. See, his is more like a topper, and this one is more like a satin type situation. So those aren't gonna work. And then the other colors in this palette are more brown. So I can't even say we necessarily have a inner corner color, but from colors I have to choose from, since Manny doesn't have that many shimmer. Well, there's this shimmer down here, but to me it's more of a goldy champagne situation, whereas the other one is more satin. See what I'm saying? Like that one is gold and this one is more of white. It just, well, that one looks gold in the pan too, so I was about to say it doesn't look necessarily gold in the pan, but it does. I can't even like tell that lie. But we're just going to use those two because there aren't many to choose from in Manny's palette. He doesn't have that many shimmers. I think it's like this. I notice he always does, for the most part, like the top row is shimmers, and then this row is that, and then this row is that. So we're just going to take the white shimmer and put it in the corner over here. Like so. And build it up. Okay, yeah, so that's more of a silvery shimmer, whereas I know this one's going to be more of a champagne-ish gold type shimmer when you put it in the inner corner. Okay, so tell me which eye you like better. I like each eye for different reasons. Like, for example, I like I feel like I like the chocolate brown matte in here more than I like the plum one, because I feel like the plum one was a little bit more difficult to blend. But at the same time, I like the pink in Manny's palette better because I don't feel like it's as light as this one, and I feel like this one looks a little ashy on me, whereas Manny's works better with my skin tone. I like the shimmers in Manny's palette better. I felt like with these shimmers I had to build them up a bit. As you all saw when I put it on the lower lash line, I had to go back and do it again. But in all fairness, what's on the lower lash line here is a matte, and this is a shimmer, so that might be what makes the difference. Overall, I like each palette for different reasons, but if I had to pick one, I'd most likely just go ahead and just stick with Manny's palette because I do like the shimmers in it better. It's not necessarily the mattes I like in it better. It truly is the shimmers I like in it better because the mattes in the Makeup Revolution one are actually really good. It's just, I feel like the shimmers fall short and you have to build them up quite a bit as opposed to Manny's palette. Even though there's fewer shimmers, you don't have to put in nearly as much work. But anyway, those are my thoughts. Let me know what you all think down below. Which eye do you like better? Do you like Makeup Revolution's eye or do you like Manny's eye? But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Remember, you all are diamonds, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.